the big cover-up of Ashli Babbitt's death is essential for the left's efforts to use January 6th to jail their political opponents like President Trump. Speaking of January 6th, which they're trying to jail Trump for, the only homicide on that day was through the outrageous, awful shooting, needless shooting of Ashli Babbitt by Lieutenant Michael Byrd, a U.S. Capitol Police officer. And we've talked about before, we just filed a $30 million wrongful death action against the U.S. government over Ashli's death on behalf of her estate and her widower, Aaron Babbitt. So that case was filed, I think, 2-3 weeks ago. It's going to proceed. The government, I think, has 60 days to respond, so we'll see how Congress handles this case, because Congress is implicated, the Capitol Police. And of course, the Justice Department is going to be defending this case, the Biden administration, so it's a twofer. But we're just never going to stop in terms of pursuing justice on this important issue. Now, I guess we would stop if the court told us we can't file any more lawsuits. So there's always that caveat, right? But my point is, it's not just going to be one lawsuit, it's going to be multiple lawsuits. And there have already been multiple lawsuits on the shooting death of Ashli Babbitt that have uncovered dramatic information about how this officer was protected and how her death was uncalled for. And in addition to that, we had asked for her FBI records from the Justice Department. So where are her FBI records? I mean, there was a case here, right? What did they do? And we had asked a year ago for Ashli's estate and for Aaron, her widower, give us your FBI records. We want the records. And they've ignored us. It's almost a full year the FBI has been sitting on Ashli Babbitt's FBI records. Simple request. All FBI files for Ashli Elizabeth Babbitt. And we gave other names that she may have had from her, her maiden name and such. And just as a reminder to you, Ashli Babbitt was an Air Force veteran. She was a 35-year-old resident of San Diego, where she owned and operated a successful pool business with her husband, Aaron. She traveled alone from San Diego to Washington, D.C. to attend the Women for America First Save America rally on January 6, 2021 at the Ellipse. The shooting occurred at the east entrance of the speaker's lobby. After demonstrators filled the hallway outside the lobby, two individuals in the crowded, tightly packed hallway struck and dislodged the glass panels in the lobby doors and the right door side light. Lieutenant Byrd, who is a U.S. Capitol Police commander and was the incident commander for the house on January 6, shot Ashli on sight as she raised herself up into the opening of the right door side light. Byrd later confessed that he shot Ashli before seeing her hands or assessing her intention or even identifying her as a female. Ashli was unarmed, her hands were up in the air, empty, and in plain view of Lieutenant Byrd and others in the lobby. The facts speak truth, as the lawsuit says. Ashli was ambushed when she was shot by Lieutenant Byrd. Multiple witnesses at the scene yelled, "You just murdered her." Lieutenant Byrd was never charged or otherwise punished or disciplined for Ashli's homicide. It's pretty dramatic stuff, isn't it? No wonder the FBI doesn't want to give us anything, because they know what's up. The big lie, or the big cover-up of Ashli Babbitt's death, is essential for the left's efforts to use January 6th to jail their political opponents like President Trump. And if a Capitol Hill police officer needlessly killed, murdered Ashli Babbitt, that whole narrative collapses, right? We've been suing the government for, specifically Congress, for the January 6th videos. Speaker Johnson has yet to release all the videos. Supposedly they're trying to edit them down but I don't know what he's doing. It's all voluntary, meaning he's not doing it under law, he's just doing it on his own, and they're telling us in the federal case that we have no business getting these records, videos and emails and such from January 6th in Congress. And as I said, we had these other lawsuits and information requests on Ashli and litigation showing how they all should have known there was going to be a massive crowd because they were all told it was going to be a massive crowd and they didn't have sufficient security. So we're trying to get to the truth of January 6th and trying to uncover key facts about kind of a real focal point of January 6th, which was the unnecessary shooting death of poor Ashli Babbitt. So we're proud to be able to represent her. Well, she's not around anymore, her estate, right? But certainly we're trying to vindicate and get justice for her and her family. It's just awful. So we have a new lawsuit against the FBI for what they knew about what happened that day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.